So this week we're going to go into a little bit of our Friday news. We got a critical Firefox vulnerability. FTC is implementing a new click-to-cancel rule, and OpenAI has been disrupting hackers that have been using their LLMs. So first off, we got the critical Firefox vulnerability. So this is a CVSS score of 9.8. It's a critical use after free vulnerability in Firefox and therefore Tor's animation timeline component. And this is actually being exploited in the wild. If you don't know, use after free is a vulnerability that occurs when a program continues to use memory location after it's been freed. You're going to hear a little bit about memory location today with Daniel in his Malloc presentation. The reported exploitation, basically, it was discovered by a researcher and it enables remote code execution, which is very bad. And yeah, you want to update your system if you can. Update Firefox and Tor immediately. And Mozilla did fix this within 25 hours of the vulnerability disclosure. And the potential attack vectors for this are watering hole attacks, where basically you inject malware into a website, people access the website and they get the malware, or drive-by downloads, where the user kind of unintentionally downloads something from a website and it exploits the vulnerabilities in the browser. So having a vulnerable browser, it's really bad. Update your browser. I say it every week. Update your systems. Next up, we got the FTC click-to-cancel. Basically, the Federal Trade Commission, been talking about them a lot almost every Friday, but they announced a new click-to-cancel rule that will require sellers to make it easy for consumers to cancel their enrollment as it was to sign up. The key provisions of this is that it applies to almost all negative options programs across media. It prohibits misrepresentation of material facts during marketing. It requires clear disclosure of material items before obtaining billing information. It mandates informed consent from the consumers before charging them. And sellers must provide a simple cancellation mechanism to halt charges immediately. So basically, this is in response to the FTC got excessive complaints about the negative option practices. I think it was up to like 16,000 excessive consumer complaints. And this kind of dropped the requirement for annual reminders of subscription features as well. That was another aspect of it. And this is going to be effective 180 days after the publication in the Federal Register. Again, been talking about the FTC a lot. They seem to be very active as of recently, and they're regulating a lot of these big tech companies. So you can expect a lot of that to come. Also, we got OpenAI disrupting hackers that are using their LLMs. Basically, OpenAI, I said it during my privacy presentation, but they can kind of see whatever you're doing with your LLM. And they've identified and disrupted over 20 malicious cyber operations that have been using ChatGPT for malware development, phishing, and misinformation. There's been a request made to ChatGPT that involved vulnerability reconnaissance, scripting support, and social engineering. And the first official confirmation of this was early 2024. And mainstream AI tools have been used to enhance offensive cyber capabilities. And ChatGPT was assisting threat actors. Some notable threat groups that were affected by this. Excuse me. We got Sweet Spectre in China, which engaged in cyber espionage using spear phishing and vulnerability research using ChatGPT. Cyber Avengers in Iran used ChatGPT for developing malware, obfuscating code, and exploiting industrial systems. And Storm 0817 in Iran leveraged ChatGPT for Android malware development and command and control infrastructure. So basically, if you're trying to hack things illegally, don't use ChatGPT. And they're catching all these groups, and they're kind of penalizing them and everything. These are my sources for all the news.